Mr. Fun Son?
Yes, hi.
Hey, Sebastian again from 98.7.
Righteous, hi.
Yeah, Mr. Fun Son, how are you?
I'm okay, thank you.
And actually, I've got our show here today. We're on with the Woody Show on 98.7.
Hey, Mr. Sun Fun, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, good day.
Good day. We've heard so much about you.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Fun Son, I found you on Craigslist because you're looking to impregnate somebody?
Yeah, that's a major part of my life. And so, maybe it's my political radicalness, maybe it's that I'm a motorcyclist, maybe that sort of makes my breeding more complicated. That's why now I'm sort of willing to give up the romance. It's like my sperm, my superlative semen, I was born in 1955, okay? So, a lot of people aren't even aware of Chernobyl. So somehow I sort of feel, like my DNA, my genes, I've programmed them for success. We're all mutating. We're suffering from nuclear radiation.
Oh.
It has, more to do with climate change than what they're saying. So I guess, to be salacious, I adore female flesh. I love money.
It's the best.
I
It's the
adore female
softest.
flesh. Yeah, and that's another thing. A lot of women judge a man instead of his longevity. They judge him by his lucrativeness, and that's another obstacle. So I appreciate that, and I'm, thank you for trying to focus on.
Now let me ask you a real quick question in case there's any interested females who are listening right now about the delivery method. What are you packing? Like, what are the ladies out there looking at?
Well, I'm like an erection engineer, so it's like I have a great tool, and hopefully they'll cooperate and not want artificial insemination, because at this point in my life my sperms are more or less controlling me, and they don't want to hit any hard surfaces. The old-fashioned way is the best way, and I'm not a jealous person, so I'd be willing to team up with maybe a couple ladies that love each other and that would like to be mothers, so at this stage I'm very open. I came out of a vagina, and I'll spend the rest of my life trying to get back into one.
Well, it sounds like you're pretty precious about your semen. I mean, so do you masturbate, or you just rather not waste it?
I'd rather not waste it. It's like I've enjoyed a lot of sex, women and God. Somehow all my sexual fantasies, it's like beyond what I could have imagined, I've had that. So with the exception of being in a woman and thinking of making the baby. And, it's a whole different game when you're concentrating on a higher order of the sexuality. Who knows how we're going to mutate or what's going on with the radiation.
Yeah, well, we here at the Woody Show, Mr. Funson, we are all about spreading the love.
Exactly. Now, Mr. Funson, I myself am a donor, and for folks who are just tuning in, we found Mr. Funson on Craigslist, and if you want to see him yourself, you can go to mr-funson.com. Now, you're looking for a woman to impregnate, but you also want to manage an apartment complex with her to make money?
That's one way. I mean, I'm open to anything. If I meet a young apprentice who wants to form a career, it's ideal. Keeping people safe in an apartment complex, it's fun. I'm a capitalist, but there's a lot of superstars. There are so many women that have financial security. That's why I'm one of the most world's eligible bachelors, because if I were to marry some superstar like Taylor Swift or a sports, female, whoever, I could write my own prenuptial agreement.
Yeah. Now, do you only want to get one woman pregnant, or do you have a limit?
Are you like Johnny Appleseed? You're just looking to.
Do you want a whole harem? What's going on?
Yeah, and so do you want like one woman, like almost like you'll impregnate a woman, you guys will become property managers together, and so you just have like different properties throughout the city. So you need multiple women for multiple properties.
That would be ideal, but I would limit myself. Like if I were able to find women that could bond as sister wives, I would limit it. I would try to limit it to 6.
Oh,
that way I could
wow.
spend one day a week with each one individually, and then on the 7th day it'd be like family day where we all could enjoy each other. So,
but what if Taylor Swift didn't approve of that?
Well, then, you know what? It's like everything's negotiable. That's equitable. I would be willing to just hook up with her. I mean, look at Lady Gaga. She might want half a dozen husbands. Every woman's different.
Now, Mr.
And that's Yes.
Sure, again, we're talking to Mr. Funson on the phone. We found him on Craigslist and found more info at his website, mr-funson.com. Now, Mr. Funson looking to create babies by getting some women pregnant. Well, when's the last time you did have sex with a lady, Mr. Funson?
Oh, God. Probably, for recreational purposes, about 4 weeks ago.
4 weeks.
Okay. Tell me the story.
Yeah, how'd you meet her? Where'd she come from?
You know what? It's like I've lived in L.A. my whole life, so yeah, it's one of those things where I know a lot of women and they're friends with me. We're not compatible on a marriage or romantic scale or a breeding scale, and yet, I'm good in bed. What could I say?
Okay, so therefore, I have two questions. Number one, what is your signature move?
Well, number one, I adore their vagina. So, oral sex is something I'm very happy to begin with. And, I also, in addition to that, I love to massage a woman because when you really relax her and you touch her in spots that just make her, totally, feel the ecstasy of a good massage, moving her and then being able to enter her after. Yeah, you really adore it. They're gonna love it.
How many?
So hot.
But have you? You've lived in LA your whole life. You had to have hooked up with some pretty famous women. Who's the most famous woman you've ever hooked up with? Anybody we know?
Brother, I've been blessed. That's part of my psychology is I don't tell. It's like the secrecy, the fidelity leads to more unzippered love. It's all a matter of wishing for the best and yet accepting whatever Mother Nature blesses me with and whatever lady's attracted to me. That's what turns me on, is the fact that she's going to allow me to turn her on, and that's it. That's why I'm a motorcyclist,
Yeah, that's great. Question, definitely. How many women have you slept with, and why haven't you got them pregnant?
Like a ballpark number.
Yeah.
You know what? I could, instead of going on the braggadocio side,
how many women have you slept with? Tell me.
Ballpark. Is it more than 50?
Brother, I've been on my quest for more than 50 years, so that'd be an easy number to say.
All right, more than 100.
I'm not going to quantify because it's hard to quantify love, and sometimes it includes sleeping with them, and I'm not trying to just bag a sexual partner. I'm trying to.
You're not a hit it and quit
somebody.
it type.
Yeah. No.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm looking for friendship and hopefully also progeny. That's
Love progeny.
hallelujah.
Thank you so much. Again, I'm sure we're going to talk to you some more, Mr. Funson. Again, we found Mr. Funson on Craigslist, found his great website, mr-funson.com. If you are a young lady, you wouldn't mind getting pregnant by Mr. Funson,
Looking to get into property management.
Yeah.
manage some properties with him, you can hit him up, mr-funson.com. I'm sure we're going to talk to you some more, Mr.
Mr. Funson, everybody.
Yeah.
Protect the
Hallelujah.
atmosphere.
Hey,
Mr. Funson, thank you for calling in.
Righteous.
Thank you, and please, let's everybody vote and try to put a third party in there, and let's show the world we want to love in. No more war, no more violence. Let's preserve our ecosphere. Thank you all.
All right, Mr. Funson, thanks for letting us call you this morning. We've appreciated chopping up with you. Good luck in your quest.
Hallelujah and aloha. Thank you.